For over 4,000 years it has stood in silence, a monument so massive, so precise, that even today we can't explain how it was built or why. Some say it was a tomb, others a message from the gods. But what if the Great Pyramid of Giza was never a tomb at all? What if it was a machine, a vast ancient generator designed to harness the very energy of the earth itself? What if the truth about this structure has been hidden not for centuries but for millennia? Because if that's true, then everything we think we know about human history is a lie. Before we uncover the secrets buried beneath the sands of Giza, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. For more forbidden theories and hidden truths the mainstream refuses to touch. And be warned, those who watch without subscribing awaken the pharaoh's curse. Deep beneath the golden sands of Egypt lies a mystery older than written history itself. The Great Pyramid of Giza, towering nearly 150 meters high, was once the most precise structure on Earth. Aligned perfectly with true north, positioned exactly at the center of the world's landmass, and built with a mathematical perfection modern engineers still struggle to replicate. We are told it was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu. Yet inside there are no inscriptions, no treasures, no hieroglyphs, nothing that connects it to the burial practices of any Egyptian king. Just cold, echoing chambers of granite and limestone, as if the builders never intended it for death, but for something else entirely. Look closer and you'll see it. The Great Pyramid is not random. Its geometry encodes knowledge of the Earth. Its curvature, its dimensions, its position in space. It's as if whoever designed it understood the planet better than we did until only a few centuries ago. And then there are the materials. The outer casing stones, once gleaming white limestone, acted as perfect insulators. The inner blocks, a mix of slightly conductive limestone, formed a body capable of holding charge. And deep within the king's chamber, built from red granite rich in quartz crystal, could transform vibration into electrical energy. Granite, quartz, vibration, energy. These are not coincidences. They are components of a system. A system that once may have generated power. Imagine it. The Nile flowing near the base of the pyramid, its waters vibrating through the ground, sending low-frequency waves into the bedrock. Those vibrations traveling up through the pyramid's core. The quartz crystals inside the granite resonating, amplifying, converting motion into electromagnetic energy. The entire pyramid, a harmonic oscillator tuned to the earth itself. The ancients may have known what modern science has only begun to rediscover, that the earth is not silent. It hums, it pulses, it vibrates with energy that can be captured, transformed, and used. Some believe this was the pyramid's true purpose, to gather and distribute natural energy across the Nile Valley, perhaps even wirelessly. Power for lighting, for tools, for technology, now lost to time. But if that's true, then the Great Pyramid was not just a monument, it was a power plant. And someone long ago built it with knowledge far beyond the capabilities of Bronze Age Egypt. The question is, where did that knowledge come from? Across ancient cultures, from Egypt to Sumeria, from the Maya to the Andes, the same story repeats. Gods descending from the heavens, teaching humanity the arts of architecture, mathematics, and energy. In Egypt, they were called the Neteru, divine beings who walked among men. In Sumer, they were the Anunnaki. The names differ, but the message is always the same. Humanity did not rise alone. If the Great Pyramid was an energy device, then perhaps it was not just Egyptian knowledge, but inherited knowledge, a legacy left behind by a civilization erased from history. A civilization that may have mastered the forces of the earth long before ours did. And when you study the geometry of the pyramid, something impossible begins to appear. Its height and base ratio encode the number pi. Its inner angles reflect the curvature of the planet. Its coordinates, when translated to modern jeeps, match almost exactly the speed of light. 299,792,458 meters per second. Coincidence? Or in a deliberate design? If that seems too precise to be chance, consider this. Hidden deep inside the pyramid are narrow shafts carved with mathematical precision, aimed not at random points, but directly at specific stars, Orion's belt and Sirius. These were not symbolic alignments, they were calibrations. The builders knew how to align earth, energy, and cosmos as one. And yet, the official story tells us that these people had no wheels, no iron tools, no advanced technology. They supposedly built this monument with ropes, copper chisels, and slave labor. But if that were true, how did they move stones weighing up to 80 tons? Stones that modern cranes would struggle to lift? How did they cut granite so precisely that even a razor blade cannot fit between the blocks? How did they align it so perfectly to true north that the error margin is less than 1/20th of a degree? Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps someone else did, and the Egyptians simply inherited it, restored it, and claimed it as their own. Some ancient texts hint at this. The Egyptian priest Manetho wrote that before the first dynasty, the gods themselves ruled Egypt for thousands of years. Even Plato, in Timaeus and Critias, described a lost civilization, Atlantis, that vanished beneath the sea after passing down its wisdom to the surviving peoples of the world. Could the Great Pyramid be the last surviving relic of that forgotten world? A machine built by a civilization wiped from the earth, leaving behind a warning or a tool for those who would come after? If so, then the true history of our planet isn't what we've been taught. It's something far older, far stranger, and deliberately hidden. But if the Great Pyramid truly held this ancient power, if it once harnessed the invisible forces of the earth, then the question becomes, who hid the truth? Because somewhere along the line, the story changed. What was once knowledge became myth. What was once energy became religion. The world's greatest machine was recast as a tomb. When Napoleon entered the Great Pyramid in 1798, he reportedly spent a single night alone inside the king's chamber. When he emerged the next morning, he was pale, trembling, and refused to speak about what he had seen. He only said, "You would not believe me if I told you." Until his death, he never spoke of that night again. After Napoleon's expedition, something strange happened. The world's scholars, engineers, and archaeologists suddenly descended upon Egypt. Funded by powerful European families, secret societies, and newly formed scientific institutions. Within decades, the official narrative had solidified. The pyramids were tombs, nothing more. Yet no mummy was ever found inside the Great Pyramid. No royal inscriptions, no treasures, no funerary goods, nothing to suggest it was ever meant for a king. So why was the story changed? Who decided what we were allowed to believe? Behind the scenes, certain groups were already obsessed with the geometry and symbolism of Giza. The Freemasons, the Rosicrucians, and the Hermetic orders, all tracing their origins to the builders, the mythical architects of the ancient world. In their symbols, the pyramid and the all-seeing eye appear again and again, not as monuments of death, but of illumination, power, knowledge. It is said that during the Enlightenment, secret societies within Europe rediscovered fragments of the pyramid's hidden science. The understanding that geometry itself could control energy, that matter, vibration, and consciousness were all connected through sacred ratios, and those who understood this knowledge could control it. From that point onward, the Great Pyramid became more than an archaeological site. It became a key, a code that, if cracked, could reveal how to draw energy directly from the earth. But in the wrong hands, the power could reshape the world. So the knowledge was buried again, and this time not beneath sand, but beneath academia. Historians, funded by elites and institutions, ridiculed anyone who questioned the tomb theory. Engineers who suggested the pyramid had energetic properties found their careers destroyed. The mainstream narrative became a wall, and behind that wall, the truth was locked away. But fragments of that truth still surface, hidden in old journals, suppressed patents, and the writings of inventors who dared to look too closely. People like Nikola Tesla, who claimed the Earth itself could transmit wireless energy, using the same principles that the Great Pyramid embodied thousands of years before. Tesla's experiments in Colorado Springs and his unfinished Wardenclyffe Tower were attempts to do exactly what Giza once may have done: draw power from the ground and send it through the air. Unlimited energy, free energy, energy that no one could sell or control. But just like the builders of Giza, Tesla's work was buried too, his notes confiscated, his tower demolished, his name reduced to myth. It's as if every time humanity rediscovers this ancient power, someone ensures it's forgotten again. Coincidence? Or a pattern? And if it is a pattern, then who or what is enforcing it? Some believe the answer lies in the same forces that have guarded sacred knowledge for thousands of years: hidden orders, global elites, and bloodlines tracing their ancestry back to the priest kings of Egypt. Families who claim descent from those who once held the secrets of energy, geometry, and control. They appear throughout history wearing different masks: the priesthoods of Heliopolis, the mystery schools of Greece, the Templars of Jerusalem, the Freemasons of Europe, and today, the technocrats who shape the modern world behind corporate and political fronts. The names change, the purpose does not. Control, because energy is control. Whoever owns it, rules. Whoever frees it, threatens that rule. If the Great Pyramid was truly an ancient power generator, capable of drawing limitless energy from the planet, imagine what that would mean for today's world. No oil empires, no energy monopolies, no dependence. Humanity free from the chains of scarcity. But freedom, real freedom, is dangerous to those who profit from control. That's why the truth about Giza had to be hidden. Not because it couldn't be proven, but because it could. Now, centuries later, the hum remains. Some claim to feel it beneath their feet. Others record strange frequencies around the pyramid at night. Scientists dismiss it as coincidence. Yet no one can explain why compasses spin, or why electronics fail, or why the pyramid itself emits a faint electromagnetic field even today. Maybe it's not broken, maybe it's sleeping. Maybe the pyramid is waiting. For the moment, humanity remembers. Listen closely. The hum is still there. It has never stopped. For thousands of years, it has been calling to those who dare to question, to those who feel that history isn't what they've been told. And maybe now, finally, the world is beginning to remember. The Great Pyramid isn't just a monument, it's a message, a reminder that energy, creation, and consciousness are all the same force, and that power has always been within us. So when you look at Giza, don't just see stone, feel the frequency. Because one day, when enough of us awaken, that ancient song will rise again, and the world will never be the same. Thank you for watching, Truth Seekers. If you felt the resonance in this story, hit that like button and subscribe for more hidden truths and forbidden theories the mainstream won't touch. Most of you watching right now still aren't subscribed, but beware. Those who leave without subscribing may just awaken the pharaoh's curse. Until next time, keep questioning, keep listening, and remember, the hum is real.